to. The sun is not far. Where the hell am I? Not far from sunset, but I don't think we'll catch it. Been an interesting week on the personal front. Now, for two reasons. I'll talk about my son Kane. Now Kane's coming up to 3, which they reckon is a magic age for them to start behaving. Alright. Now normally, Kane, like as some of you know, I've played the guitar for years, longer than I've been doing 3D, been playing since I was 8. And normally goes and gets one of my old guitars, an old Strat out, which technically I suppose vintage now, it's an 80s Strat. And likes to play with it, he doesn't harm it, just plays on it and twangs on it, which I don't mind. And sometimes he'll go up and want to have a play on the night time. And then I'll have to say, playing King, can you put that away please, because it's only bedtime, time to get ready for bed. In which case you'll have a negotiation why he's got to get changed and why it's bedtime when it's daylight, right? Because he thinks when it's like this, right, it's daytime. And you've got to explain. So this last week it came as a surprise when all of a sudden I asked him to put it away and he says, alright Dad, and he closes the case. And he's done that a couple of times, which is absolutely bloody amazing, which I'm surprised at, I really am. Also, he accidentally had some wheat yesterday, some Doritos that I got for me and Kat while he was out. Now, she'd went in the kitchen and I was on the phone to somebody at the time, and all of a sudden he eats the Doritos, and I'm, oh my good God, I know what this means. He'll just turn into Hitler and be awake for the next 3 days. But he hasn't, so he may be coming at the end of his allergy. I'm not taking it for granted, neither is Cat, but fingers crossed. But yeah, it's the most annoying thing at the moment is this bloody infected cold sore. I'm trying to leave it alone, not pick it and not put numerous pills and potions on it like I normally do, which normally makes the infection worse. I don't know why I get them, but there you go. There's a helicopter. Before I was walking down through Ash, and so there was a field there full of rabbits, baby rabbits. I would have videoed, but I know fine well I would just end up losing it and forgetting it's on the phone, so I took a really good one of an escaping sheep the other day for my son, but I forgot to show him it, so I'll show him that tomorrow. Yeah, so this polymodel I was just done before I came out, before he went to bed and came back and went to bed. It's got sort of like a monster's head on it, which is sort of dragony, sort of dinosaur-y. It's got the arms of a man, but it's like a biped, but it's got man's arms with hooves on the end, right? Like sort of horse hooves. It's got the back legs of sort of a dog type, thing. It's not really a dog, it's more one of the big cats, the muscle structure. And it's 20% like something that me and another artist have just done for a client for a game. But it's, once I get into ZBrush, it'll look nothing like it. I'm just debating whether to put horns on it or not. I don't really normally put horns on things, I get sick of them, But
It's running. It's running.
Right up there, mate. As you can see, I know this area well enough to give directions. That's where Eschwinning is. Well, that's technically Esch, but by the time he gets up there, realises it's not Eschwinning. Oh my God, because I'm a bastard. I'm sorry, it's my sense of humour. I shouldn't really, because but what the hell. But yeah, so can't remember what I was saying. Yeah, so it's a bit of a messed up creature. It's got a tail. I am tempted to put some sort of lumpy scale sort of stuff on it. I don't know, I might finish it, I might not. I've got that much bloody on at the moment, that I don't have a lot of time for personal stuff. And usually by the time I get around to finishing it, it's been started that long ago. I think, well, actually I've came on quite a bit, so I don't think I'll finish that one. And that's the reason why a lot of stuff doesn't get finished. When I started out, I thought I was the world's best artist ever, right? You always do when you start out. Then you realise you're not, right? That you're actually pretty crap at the time. Then you realise that actually, although you're pretty crap, you actually can learn. And you've got the potential to be good if you want to, and if you study. And put your head down and stuff. So basically that's what I did. Now, I'm not under any illusions that just because, well, weird, a rabbit just appeared and disappeared when I looked up. Magical disappearing rabbits. there. Don't know whether I caught it or not. Obviously ducked in the bush. Yeah, so I'm not under any illusion that I'm the world's best artist yet. I keep going because one day I want to be. I don't really care that it comes big headed or not. I'm not in this to come second. I'm not in this to be the second best at anything. I'm here to be the best. Now, if I become the best, it'll be very boring, right? Because then there'll be nowhere left to go but up. Well, technically nowhere left to go but down, really, with the which is the time to give up when you're the best. But because you can only just fade away unless you do a Jim Morrison, which I'm not liable to do. I'm rabbiting on about crap here, so you still haven't that much sleep. But yeah, let's have a look at what time it is. God, I've only been talking for 5 minutes. Yeah, so I know I'm decent at some of the stuff I do. Now I just specialise in sort of certain creature type monsters because I like it, right? I like it. The same way as, I don't know, like, let's say it's a Rick Baker, right? Now Rick Baker can do whatever he wants. He's a damn good artist, should be. He's got 6 Oscars under his belt. Got a lot of respect for Rick. Now, that man can put his hand to whatever he wants to, but he's best known for doing horrible, nasty creatures and American Werewolf from London and stuff like that, right? Now, you do what you enjoy. I enjoy making monsters. I know it gets a bad rap and all that. Oh, well, everybody does monsters. Well, I don't give a shit because I like doing them, right? Occasionally, like lately, I'll do some anatomy sculpts. As I said, there's one that's very, very controversial. I showed it to a friend of mine that is pretty high up in Nvidia. And I said, look mate, what do you reckon? He says, you're going to get fucking nailed to the wall if you put this out. It is that controversial, so I'm holding this back until the book's actually had some sales, right? And stuff like that. I'm going to hold it back into a quiet time. Oh, dicky birds. Yeah, so needless to say, I do go through these phases where I like doing sort of anatomy stuff for a week or so, and I get bored with it because the human body's great, but I've got a pretty decent workflow, so once you've blocked in one sort of set of sort of breasts, you've blocked in them all. Now this thing is, right, it's all about reference and being able to see the forms. So I sort of see, for male reference it's great because there's always somebody somewhere that's like, especially round in the northeast of England, right, walking around with the top off, right, great, right? So you see all sorts of bodies. Now that doesn't happen as often with women. Now if it did, I'd get my wrist slapped from the cat, right? So it's not as easy doing females. So you've got what I have is I've got a library in my head of cat in various stages of our relationship. When she was pregnant, when we first met her, and she was a size 10, perfect body. Like after the pregnancy, during the pregnancy, all the different stages, I've got that all in my head. So I just call that out now. So basically a lot of them are that, or other people that I've known. Occasionally I do bring in life models. Don't make that known a lot. I don't advertise for them. I'm not going to tell you how I get them, but I do have life models that I sometimes use. But I haven't used a life model in a while, to be honest. Not since the last one that I've just done. It's controversial. It involves a female, so I need stuff like that. Anyway, I'm going to get going because there's a load of chavs down here. And if they see me recording on the phone, they'll have to nick it. Right? So, let's see what time it is. 2 minutes. So I'm going to go before I get mugged. Alright? And I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.